floating around, period. So everybody ain't meant to touch your hair. Understand and know that. When I just look at the loss of the hair, it's a blessing in disguise. It's a new beginning for me, new gainings. I've lost so much, man, over these past 4 years. Some of the closest people to me had done me, wrong, as if I was a stranger when I've given them my all. What I've done for them and what they've done for me is no comparison to. It don't equal out. Life, when you outweigh the odds of it and you see what all I've done and a list of what they've done, you look at it and you say life just ain't damn fair. But at the end of the day, God is a good God. Yes, He is. And here I am to stand strong. And I just tell everybody that I'm coming. It's been a long time coming for this moment in time for me. To go through so much. I just needed these times that I went through to understand the lessons that can turn into blessings. And the only way we make them turn into blessings is if we continue to do what we believe that we can do, what got us here in the first place. And that's what I'm going back to, doing what got me here. Mm-hmm. I've been so selfless. Oh my God. I've been so selfless because I've been in position to bless people. But people don't appreciate you for real. If you give them $1,000, they said you could have gave them $2. You give them $1 million, they said you could have gave them $250. Mm-hmm. They don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate anything you do. So at this moment in time, I am selfish. I have owned the right to become selfish at this moment in time. I've done so much for them. And it's time to focus on myself. I focus on my families. I focus on, people close around me because I have a great heart. And I extended my heart out to so many. And, just for me to be unappreciated. It's no heart. It's no worse feeling than doing for others so much. And you're not getting that in return and not feeling, and then on top, not feeling appreciated for what you did, as if you're supposed to have done it because of who you are and what you have. Oh, be generous. You can only be generous so long until you become broke. And then when you reach out your hands to the same people that you were generous to, guess what? They ain't got nothing for you.
That is a clip of the exclusive interview by 78 Sports TV. Shout out to him for the exclusive with Deontay Wilder. We know Deontay Wilder is set to face Zhilei Zhang June 1st, okay, on the co-main event of that card of the 5 versus 5 Matchroom versus Queensberry, which he is the captain of Matchroom, okay, with promoter Eddie Hearn. Now, at first, hearing Deontay Wilder talk about what people did to him and what he's learned in the last 4 years and how people are unappreciative and all this, that, and the other. At first, I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's just talking about Mark Breland. But he can't be talking about Mark Breland. Mark Breland's been gone since 2020 early. Unofficially, then it became official later on in the year of 2020 that he was actually axed. However, Deontay would never come back to him and ask him for money. No, this is somebody, like he mentioned, family and people close to him. So, if it was Mark Breland, it's more than just Mark Breland, which I don't even believe he was talking about. He might have been included, a small smidgen. But this is somebody else. He said the people around him, his family, those type of people that were around him, and he felt really obligated to help them out to the goodness of his heart. A lot of times when you have a short, close, tight-knit circle of people that are always around you that claim to be closest and got your back, that's who you want to get their back, to make sure they're okay. You know what I mean? And obviously that hasn't happened. Okay, at all. That hasn't happened one bit. And the more I think about it, the more this reminds me of what Teofimo Lopez went through. You know what I mean? You can't help but to read into what he said. And you don't have to read in too deep. Maybe Deontay Wilder was surrounded by a bunch of leeches. It wouldn't surprise me at all. You know what I mean? Maybe he was talking about his brother. You know what I mean? But he said his family members. When you go to ask for something, hey, it's not there in return. And that is a good lesson to learn for anyone. It don't matter what scale you're on. But think about Wilder has made millions of dollars, more money in the last 4 years than he's made throughout that other part of his career. So I look at this as actually his third section of his career. Because the second section was maybe from 2019 to 2000 now, or 21 or 22. Because he made more money in those years than he made his whole career. So you know those guys were coming, and people were coming in droves, wanting money, and borrowing money, and asking for money and begging for money and all that. A lot of things was happening to him, and this is what he's talking about, and I can definitely understand that. And it may be management. You know what I mean? He said the people that are closest to him. Who is he talking about? So we are definitely, and he definitely mentioned family. So yeah, I feel bad for him, and I do understand as long as you let people take things from you, they will keep taking it from you without no regard. See, once you give someone something the first time, it's a favor. You give it to them again, it's an obligation. The third time, they're entitled. You understand what I'm saying? So those type of things happen. And what Deontay's going through, and I'm glad that he does open up to 78 Sports TV, and that audience, simply because these things have to be addressed, because this is what happens to people that are with money. They get extorted most of the time because of who they are and what they have at that time. This is boxing. There's no retirement plan for boxers. So if you give all your money away to family members and people that you think is going to have your back, they're only going to take that money, spend that money, come back for more money. And when that money's gone, there's no other money to be got. That's what Deontay Wilder's talking about.